Hey guys, how's it going? It's Adixxion here from Genuine Arts. I am the leader and founder of this designing team along with RodgyArts. Today I'm going to be doing a basic tutorial on how you can get into like doing your own GFX and crap like that. Alright, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so to start off we're going to be making just a basic logo, and then we're going to show you how to make a pop-up logo like that. So when I make a logo, I generally make it 100 by 100 pixels. Set the resolution to 150 so it's cleaner. And then, so this is Photoshop. I'm going to save this preset as logo. Alright, so it's going to save everything, so whenever you start a new thing, a new project, a new logo, you can just select it from the preset here, hit logo and OK, and it'll create one for you. So we're gonna start here. What I do at the very beginning is you go to view and then you go to rulers, make sure these are on. So I just turned them off. Just make sure these are on, and then we actually want this on the sidebar. Okay, first thing you do, make sure you have your selection tool, grab this left bar and drag it, and you just start sliding out, and it'll eventually snap to the middle. You can kind of see how that snaps. So you want to snap to the middle there, and then you grab the top one, drag it down, do the same thing, find that exact middle by just snapping it to it. And so then these will be visible, and you can hide them by hitting Control and then the semicolon key, and then you can get your grid lines up. So first thing I always do, I always get light color, like light gray up here, and then I get like even lighter color, maybe not that light. Go basically the same. And we go here, we just want to get a nice gradient in the background for our logo. So I always do this rounded one so it's symmetrical, because it's one of the main things in GFX. You don't always want it to be symmetrical, but if you're trying to make something look professional, whoa, that is not what I want to do. It's always better to be symmetrical. So I messed up. Right here at the top, this is actually what's gonna be gradient for your thing. So I'm gonna select this one because this is our custom colors down here. And then so you click right in the middle, and then you see I can drag in any direction. So you want to try to get it exactly on the line. And if you have snap on like I do, it'll snap straight to the line. You just let go and see it kind of gradually fades. The other way to do it is you hold shift, and hold shift will always keep everything in like 45 degrees, so it'll keep it really straight if you're trying to get straight lines. So I could do it out here and we get that nice gradient in the middle. I'm gonna hide these. Alright, next thing we can do, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it right now. Shape, we got this custom shape tool. And then for shape, what am I doing? Okay, so then you right click on the screen, it brings up this list of shapes. We want this one, the circle with the outline of the circle. Just drag it. Again, if you hold shift, it'll keep it a perfect circle, as you can see on the width and height. Otherwise it's freeform. So you hold shift, make it perfect. I want to change the fill of this to just black. Alright, maybe make it make it a dash line. Oh, we have to have this. Alright, so to get this centered, one way is just kind of getting it to snap to these lines in the middle and then snap over here. Otherwise, the other way is you hit Control A and it selects the entire box, and then you can hit this middle one and it snaps it right up to the middle. You hit this middle one, it snaps it, so your direct center right here. So there's two ways to making a logo. You can just make like a random logo you just create yourself. Otherwise, let's say it's a good font for a logo. See how a T looks. Whoa, we kind of want a bigger font. 400. Alright, so T, this font's pretty lame. X, it's okay, but we don't really want something that blocky. In a logo, you want to be able to, you'll understand later, but with the pop-outs of the logo, you kind of want to have like room to work with. You don't want a big box, because then you won't be able to make very good pop-outs. But at the same time, you don't want to use a text like this where you have a little thin logo, because then you have a bunch of empty space within the logo and it just doesn't work very well. So actually, first thing, we're going to change this to black. Alright, searching for a good font. I don't like this font, but it might make a good logo. Alright, yeah, let's get it working. Okay, so again, I'm resizing it, Control T, and then holding select to keep it uniform. Then outside of the box, you can rotate it. So I'm just gonna rotate it a little bit, and then there we go. Oops, actually, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to drag this, I'm gonna duplicate it by holding Alt and then clicking it and dragging it up. So I just made another copy, and I'm gonna take this one and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the last one. What am I doing? Okay, Control A, center it, and center it. So that's not really big enough, I don't like that. Okay. See how that looks. This is just so we can get kind of like a nice outer ring. So that's a little big, but alright, I'm gonna make it perfect. Alright, Control A, center, center. Alright, that's pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to, oh, wrong layer. I'm gonna select my text layer. I'm going to rasterize it. So this turns it into, from a text object to now it's an actual object, so I can erase it and stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this little corner here. I don't want it sticking out, so I'm going to take everything that's inside this circle, or outside of the circle, I'm going to delete it. So we have it ending nice over here. Same with this part right here. These ones are okay, I guess. Oh, another part. So what I'm gonna do now is I want this to be straight. I want this part to actually go down and touch there. So I'm going to take this, I'm gonna do Alt and Shift, and it'll just drag it straight down. And then I can kind of use my arrow keys to direct it over. And then again with this layer, we're going to select like this. We're just going to select this box because we know it was within this box, and you can right click, select inverse, and then delete everything else. So now we got this nice rounded edge here. So far this is looking pretty good. Now the whole logo, you want to be able to have your text underneath it, so we're going to hold shift and select, and we're going to bring it about right here. Good enough. Okay. Control A. I just have it have this. Ooh, I don't like that. So now what happened is I just centered it, but it centered all of them, including this little missing piece here. So we got to put that right back there, and then we're going to merge all of these objects to make them one logo. So now we can get, let's say the clan is transform, or we'll do Traxxas. There we go. I'm not going to use this font though. So you want kind of font, like you want a font that someone can read. So usually I use something pretty simple. I'll use Pressboard in this case, Traxxas. Actually, if this video can get 10 likes or something, 5 comments asking for it, I'll put out a big font pack. You can get all these cool fonts put some of my favorites in there. I got a couple in here that I will literally never use. Like, actually, that's kind of sick. Maybe I will use that someday. Okay, anyways, so we got our logo here. We have our logo, we got our name. Now we want to do a pop out. So, we'll do SpongeBob. So you just find a good picture of SpongeBob on the internet. Perfect, good old SpongeBob. So now, making pop-outs is very easy once you get the hang of it. Oh, so we gotta copy and paste SpongeBob into this picture. We're gonna resize him so that he's not taking up the entire picture. So we have this problem here. Get this to hide him. He's got all this white around him. So the easiest way to take out all this white is to take this magic wand tool, and then you want to hold shift and then click, so that selected all the white there. Click, click, click. Whoops, wrong one. Shift, click. Alright, so now we got all that white selected and you can delete that. So now we just got SpongeBob alone. I'm gonna resize him and make him a little smaller. So now to get this good pop out, we're going to hold Alt, and when we're above the our logo, you hold Alt, and then you come up with this box with the arrow and you click, and it'll automatically, it's called creating a clipping mask. So it'll fit the logo to whatever you have, or fit this image to the logo or whatever you have. So then what you want to do is duplicate this again, and this is where you can select what parts you want popping out. So we'll have his head and his arm here, and then this part of his body on this side. So what we want to do, what I do is I make him kind of like change the opacity, and then I just take this lasso tool here and I come in and I just delete this stuff. So now we got SpongeBob in all his glory popping out up here, not taking up everything here. I'm actually going to make a stroke around the logo here, so double click on the logo and stroke, so then we can see the edges. Makes it look a little cleaner when you have the pop out. But we don't want to just leave it like that. Like, this looks nice, but we want to make it look a little better, so we got to put some kind of background to it. Where does he live? Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom. Ooh, I guess that's not quite what we were looking for. Take this one. So copy and paste it, and we're gonna put it into our logo, just like that. Oh, so it automatically put it in here. That works. But actually, I want to have it out here first. So we want to make sure we resize it so that it fits the whole logo, and then we can drag it down here and hide it underneath SpongeBob. And then what we're going to do is drag it up again so it's out here. And what I like to do, whoops, actually no, sorry, we want it behind the logo. And then what we're going to do is what I do a filter, and I go to blur here, and I go to Gaussian blur, and I just blur this a little bit, and then I change the opacity and lower that a little bit. Uh-oh, we lost something. That's not good. Sorry about that. Okay, we have to keep him up here. What are you doing, SpongeBob? Stop playing. Alright, filter, got our Gaussian blur, it goes to your recent. It's got the blur there, and we're going to change the opacity. There. That looks pretty good there. Maybe even lower. Then we're gonna bring our Traxxas down here. We're gonna take this one and put it above our Traxxas, and we're gonna hide it behind that one. So now he's got it. We're gonna put a, whoops, wrong logo, or thing. Gonna put a stroke around the Traxxas again by hitting stroke. I have default color is black. Then you can change the size here and make it bigger or smaller. We'll make it like that. And then you can change the opacity of it. Leave it right there. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm actually going to move this, you can move it wherever you want, it'll automatically be where the background is because you have it at that layer. So I'm going to put it here, but then it doesn't really stick out right there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this layer, I'm going to do image, adjustments, I'm going to go to curves, we're just going to make a slight S, like that. And as you can see, it already kind of pops out a little bit. There, whoops, pops out, and then what I like to do is I merge these. No, shoot. First you gotta rasterize this type, and then I do Control T for the transform, and I like to warp it. So there's an easier way to warp it. You can do like a flag like this, or rise. Basically do whatever you want. I kind of like to, whoops, yeah, I think that just combined all of them. So no, we don't want that, don't apply. So what I usually do is I just kind of freeform it myself. So all of these dots you can move and position however you want. So I kind of always drag this one down. I kind of make that wave, but just kind of freehand it so it looks unique. Kind of drag all these up. You want to make sure that you're not like stretching the logo so that or the text so that it looks crummy. Alright. Alright. And obviously the more time you take on these, the better they'll look. There we go. So we got Traxxas here. And this is actually, I guess this wouldn't be really a clan name, this would be more of a player name for this clan, whatever it is. But anyways, last thing, I always click this, scroll up to your top layer, and click this little half circle that's filled in. And then always do vibrance. Oops, I changed that up a little bit. And then I, depending on what it is, I, not all the way up, but crank up the saturation a little bit, or sometimes it almost looks better to bring it down. So I'll bring that up a little bit. So that's a big difference there in the quality of the color. We'll put another one in. We're gonna make it curves to the whole thing. Again, just a slight S. You're darkening the darks right now, and then you're brightening the brights. Just kind of filling it in. So again, you're making deeper colors there. So yeah, I guess this is basically what I do when I make my pop-out logos. Definitely take a little more time, and I don't know I would ever make a logo just that simple. I mean, it looks good, but you want it to be really unique, and it took me 2 minutes to make that logo. So when you're saving these, I always save as. I'll save these on my desktop. I have everything organized because I'm just a person like that. So I always name logo and then Traxxas. I want to save it. I always save it as a PSD first, so that means you can edit in Photoshop. Yeah, I don't really care. After that, save as, and so you already have it here. Just save it as a PNG. I use smallest because it keeps it high quality. And interlace, you do not want interlaced. Interlace makes it all ugly and junk. So you don't want that. Okay, and then you let it save. And then you come out with a beautiful logo that you can use on your Twitter, your YouTube, whatever you want. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and then again, 10 likes or so, and I'll put out a font pack in the description. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.